hello. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody out there. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday, Inez. Thanks for tuning in, girl. Hi, guys. Elaine Proby here, CEO of PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. And today we want to talk about grants and funding for your small business. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Hold on one second. Let me get some lighting on here. We're going to talk about funding on a local, on a state, and on the federal level. So what you guys do, just make some notes because this information is going to be very useful. And I think, let me get some lighting over here because it looks a little dark. Not sure. All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about funding on a state level, a local level, state level, on the federal level for your small business. Okay. So once again, you guys, like I said, make some notes of this stuff. You can, come back and, of course, listen to this video. But I want to let you guys know about monies that's out there. There's grants, there's loans, and how to get funding for your business, whether it's a new business or whether you are already in business and you need some money to continue to grow your business so you can, stay afloat, right? So my number one point today, let's talk about the local level. On the local level, and guys, we're going to talk about the city of LA here because, this is kind of where we are. So we're going to talk about what's here, and I'm sure you guys, wherever city you're in, there is a lot of grants and loans and different type of funding in your city as well on the local level. But here in LA, we're talking about the local level. And the city of LA, guys, if you go to the city of LA website, there's a lot of different types of funding there for you. And today I want to specifically speak on the EWDD, which is the Economic Workforce Development Department. And this department, they focus, and the reason I want to speak on this one today, because they focus on not just businesses that have already started, but also on new startups. And the reason I want to talk about that is because I know a lot of you guys out there are just starting your business. You may have had a business idea or a business plan previously, or maybe a year ago. Due to COVID, maybe you have not put it obviously into perspective. But now that you are ready to get going, right? I know you are. You're ready to get that business off the ground. So that's why I want to speak about the EWDD, which is our local spearheading of our funding and loans here, is because for startups, you can get money from them, and for businesses that are already in perspective. What you need to be able to have this done, though, guys, they are focusing on making sure that the city of LA said that they're going to make sure that there's jobs in all different type of businesses, that jobs are created. It doesn't matter what business you're in. They want to make sure that jobs are created throughout the city. Okay. So what they're doing is they're funding, depending on, it doesn't matter what business you're in, they're having monies available for you for startup costs. There's money for, say, equipment if you need that. There's money for inventory if you need to purchase inventory for your business. Working capital, they will provide funding for your business, okay? And again, like I said, the reason why I wanted to discuss this particular entity is because if you are in business, it's fine. And if you're starting up your business, you can get funding from the local city through the Economic Workforce Development Department, all right? Now, the loans varies from $50,000 up to $500,000, right? And that, of course, depending on, what you present to them, how much money you're looking for, what type of business you're involved with. And then they may need some collateral. If you're a new business, of course, you wouldn't have things like inventory. You wouldn't have any type of assets probably for your business because you're just starting. So you would need to obviously get money to acquire these things. But one of the things that they want to insist on is that as the owner of the business, guys, they want to make sure that you are at least 10% vested in your business, right? Want to make sure you're at least 10% vested. The reason for this is they figure if you are the business owner and you're asking for some money to get your business off the ground, and you are vested at least 10% in that business, then they know that you have something to lose as well. So you're going to make every effort to make sure that your business is successful. So they're going to make sure that you're very successful because you have a vested interest in it. All right. So again, 10% vested interest from the owner of the business. And one of the things that they're going to need, and I want you guys to make a note of this, that you must create, some type of business plan. It doesn't have to be very intense. It doesn't have to be, all these major pages. You can just have a one-page forecast. And then they also need some projection, right? You have to tell them where the money is going to be spent, what you need it for, and how you project to pay it back, guys. So if you just started the business, you can project based on what it is that you're getting involved with. Project your revenue, project how much money you expect to make within the first 3 to 5 years, or within the first, some of them only need a 2-year projection. So if you anticipate that business, whatever service or product that you're selling, to gross, let's say $100,000 in the first year, $200,000 in the second year, they want a projection of how you anticipate seeing this business increase in revenue. Therefore, you will be able to pay this money back, right? So just, and again, this is some part of your homework that you would be doing, because once you start this business and you want to know how much money you can make from it, you would be projecting what your first year goal or your second year goal is based on the growth, okay? So that's all they're going to want to see: your business plan, a breakdown of the projection, how you plan on making this money. And of course, guys, we always talk about this in business. Because you're in business, you got to have your business paperwork together. You have to have your business license. And again, you don't necessarily have to be incorporated. A lot of this has to do with entrepreneurs, self-employed. You don't have to be incorporated, but you must have your business license. And again, they're going to base it on the resume of the business owner. So you also have to have some write-up on yourself. They need to know that you're capable of operating this business and make it successful. Okay. So again, this information here, what is needed for this for this loan, guys, is something that's going to be needed from anyone that you expect to get funding from. Okay, anyone you expect to get funding from. So let me say again, on a local level, what I want to talk about for small business funding today through the economic workforce, guys, who is the city of LA is trying to make sure that there are jobs created all over the city. They want to make sure that jobs created, and it doesn't matter what business you are operating, right? So that's number one today. The second thing is on the state level. On the state level, guys, you guys want to hear this, is because the state of California had put aside $500 million for small business. They're giving this money out in the form of grants. And they are doing them in different rounds. Started in March, they had round 1, round 2, round 3, and now round 5 today, guys. The grant for round 5 is going to end on the 31st. But what they're doing, there's several rounds. This round 5 is ending on the 31st. Round 6 is coming up. So for you to be eligible for the grant, of course, you have to be in business, guys. You have to be affected by COVID. And if you have already applied for any one of the rounds before, you don't have to do anything. As long as there's another round of those grants that's coming up, you will automatically be placed in that round to be able to get this money. The grants goes up to $25,000 per business, because they want to make sure that all the small business gets some of this money. So although there's $500 million sitting there, they want to make sure that it's divided up into several small business. So make sure that you get your documents in, stay on top of it. Go to the CaliforniaReliefGrant.com website. State of California, and have lots of information there. CaliforniaReliefGrant.com. Stay on top of these grants when they're coming out again. Make sure that you get your information in. You got to have your financial statement. You got to have your tax return, right? You're operating a business, guys. You must get your accounting done. You must have your taxes done, because everybody's going to ask you for that. So you need to have that so that you can apply for these grants. All the grants are going to ask you for the same information. So once you have your documents together, you can just upload it to all the various grants the minute they become available. Okay, so that's the second one we want to talk about today, is on the state level, right? So hi Kaya, thanks for jumping on. Happy Tuesday to you too. Hey Thomas Zero, Meek, how are you doing today? Guys, make sure that you stay on top of this money, because again, constantly these grants are coming up, and you want to be ready to get your application in. So let's go to my third point today, guys. The third point, we want to talk about the federal loans and grants on the federal funding level, right? So based on the CARES Act, you guys, the new CARES Act that was signed into law by President Joe Biden, we again have new rules on two major funding programs. One is the EIDL and one is the PPP. And there's great news on both fronts. So I want to just run that by you guys real quick on the federal level for grants and funding. Let's talk about the EIDL loan, right? The EIDL loan is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, which the SBA was giving out to the small business. And a lot of small business have gotten that loan. There is not like a second round of this loan. But let me tell you the good news on this, right? There's some new news on this. There's not a second loan. However, they have increased the minimum of that loan to $500,000. It was $150,000. It have been increased to $500,000. So they were giving loans about 50% of your gross revenue. So for instance, if you made $300,000 in the business, you got the $150,000 max. If your business grows $500,000, your loan technically should have been $250,000, but simply because the $150,000 was the maximum, that's all you got, even if your business grows $500,000 or $1 million. So now they have increased it to $500,000. So if your business grows, let's say $500,000 or $500,000, your loan should have been $250,000. You got $150,000, guys. There is additional funds that you can go back in and apply for and get the difference of what you did receive up to $500,000 in your business. All right. So let me repeat that. There is additional money in the EIDL, the SBA loan, Economic Injury Disaster Loan. There is additional funds there. So if you got the maximum of $150,000 and your business grows more and it should have gotten more money, guys, there is an automatic increase up to $500,000. You can go back in and apply. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions. A lot of clients is calling, asking me if there's a second EIDL loan. No, there's not a second EIDL loan. It's just an increase of the first amount that your business have received. Okay. So guys, make sure that we get in on that money, because we all need to make sure that there's enough funds to keep the business afloat, to keep your cash flow going. All right. So let's talk about the next thing on the CARES Act. And this is real hot off the press, the PPP loan. And this is one of my favorite. And the reason I love the PPP loan is simply because now there's so many things that have changed on it. So it is a lot more helpful to the small business, especially the self-employed, the entrepreneurs. So today, just today, hot off the press, the President Biden signed the extension of the PPP loan. And this is PPP loan 2. Now, there's not 2 EIDL, but there's 2 PPP loans, right? So what they did was they signed an additional 2 months extension. The loan was going to expire tomorrow, March 31st, right? So we have until May 31st to apply for the PPP loan 2. All right. Good news about this one, what I really love about it is the self-employed, guys, the self-employed. The loan is now based on your gross revenue, which is on your Schedule C for the self-employed. It's the gross. Initially, it was based on your net pay and the net profit after you gross and write off all your expenses. There wasn't a whole lot left, right? So the president said, a lot of small business, the entrepreneurs, self-employed people are not getting enough money to survive if it's based on net profit, because after your expenses, there's not a lot left. So they based it on your gross. Guys, this is awesome news. And I love this one because now the small business can get more money to keep them afloat. And this is one of the biggest change. The extension is amazing. So if you haven't applied yet, and if you only did PPP 1, you can go in and apply for PPP 2. If you are an incorporation, any type of business, you got to have a payroll. Got to have a payroll. Again, a lot of clients are calling and asking, can I apply for a PPP loan? I have my business. I just started it a year ago, whatever it is, guys. If you have a business and you don't have a payroll, if it's an incorporated business or any entity as such, you have to have a payroll. You have to have paid people take out taxes, file your payroll tax returns, because you need to provide them with that information. You must have a payroll. And to have a payroll, again, let me repeat this because a lot of people is confused. It's not the independent contractors that you pay, it's the people that are on your payroll that you deduct the payroll taxes and file a payroll tax return. That's having a payroll. That's the information that you would need to provide for the PPP loan, which is a payroll protection loan. All right. So that's the third point for the federal funding, guys. Has to do with the CARES Act and the EIDL loan. All right. So I'm going to recap what we're talking about today as far as grants and loans for funding for your small business, guys, on the local level. On the local level, City of LA, they have a lot of loans out there forecasting to add a lot of jobs. So they're providing money for new and startup business and ongoing business. Again, check out the Economic Workforce Development Department. They are there to assist you to make sure that even if it's a new business or you're already in business, make sure that you get that loan, and other lenders would not accommodate. So they're there to make sure that they can accommodate that, right? Number two, state level, the state level, small business COVID grant. We are going to round number 6. Number 5 ends tomorrow. State of California have $500 million small business in grants and increments up to $25,000. Make sure that you get your application in for those grants. If you already applied for round 1 or 2 or 3 and you didn't get the grant, don't do anything. They will move you up to the next round. And round 5 ends tomorrow. Round 6 is coming up. So stay abreast of that. Go to CaliforniaGrants.com and stay on top of those grants, right? Third point today on the federal level, guys. Federal level is the EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan. The good news about it, the maximum increase from $150,000 to $500,000. If you didn't get enough, go back in and get the additional monies there. So that's awesome news. Clients, now you don't have to do EIDL 2, but you can get additional funds. And the PPP, extended 2 months. Extended PPP loan number 2, extended 2 months. If you haven't applied it, you have time to get your application in. You must file your at least 2019 tax return, guys. Self-employed, you have to file your 2019 tax return. You will be using your Schedule C gross number, which gives you a lot more money. And I'm so excited. I'm doing a lot of these loans for a whole lot of clients. I want to make sure that everybody gets some of this money so we can stay afloat. All right. So that's my points today, guys. I want to thank you all for jumping on here. We'll be back again next week with some more information, you guys. Make sure that you hit like and share on this video. Share all this stuff with your friends, you guys. And then I want you to go check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of great stuff over there. And subscribe. Make sure that you put your notification on so you know when we're coming back on with a lot of this great information. All right. So anybody have any questions today? If not, looking forward to this session. Okay. All right, guys. Appreciate you jumping on here. All right, you guys. I will be back again, Elaine Proby, CEO of PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Again, for all these grants, for all these loans, emphasizing must have your accounting records done, must have your tax return done. Everyone is asking. And when you signed on the dotted lines for any of these loans, guys, there is a form 4506T. I must put this in there that they are going to have you sign. What that form does, it goes to the IRS and allows them to provide your tax return for the loans and the grants that you're applying for. So, okay, so you must get your taxes done. All right, so here, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Again, we're working virtually for anybody. You don't have to come into the office, guys. Everything is done. You can go to our website at PROBY'stax.com. We have a secure website. You can upload all your information on there. Everything is done electronically. You e-sign, DocuSign, e-pay, electronic filing, direct deposit. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home. We can take care of you. Any questions about any of this grant stuff that you guys need to know about or loan information, just give us a call here at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting at 323-290-9034. And again, visit our website at PROBY'stax.com. Hi, John. Thanks for jumping on here. Thank you. You're very welcome. All right. It's awesome to see all these great clients jumping in and supporting. We appreciate you as well. All right. So with that said, guys, where is my stimulus check? Right. So Thursday, I talked about coming back here next week. This is Tuesday, guys. This is Tuesday. I didn't realize the week just started. Okay. So Thursday, I just got reminded that Thursday we'll be back. This is going to be great. Where is stimulus check? Where's my stimulus check? This is good. A lot of people's calling me, where's my stimulus check? I haven't gotten it. My friends back east got theirs. What happened to mine? They're laughing at me. Where is my money? I will tell you guys what's happening with your stimulus check if you haven't gotten it. And I'll let you know more of how that's going. Okay, so we'll talk about that on Thursday, guys. Make sure that you come back here. With that said, Elaine Proby, CEO, Proby Tax and Accounting, I'll be out of here. I want to thank you guys all for jumping on here today. Appreciate you. All right. Say Chef Eric Warren, thank you for jumping on. Blessings from Chef Eric Warren. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you jumping here as well. Miss Bill, thank you for jumping on. All right, guys, I will see you guys back here Thursday. We'll talk about what happened to your stimulus check. Where's your stimulus check? Where's my stimulus check? We'll talk about that on Thursday afternoon. See you back here at 1 p.m. Thank you so much. Again, we're still in COVID, guys. Make sure that you follow instructions, and I want to make sure that you guys take care of each other and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.